Welcome back to If the Wild Had a Mouth podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jones. Full disclosure, this is my first time really introducing myself. The previous episodes, it just wasn't in the cards. I wanted to be as authentic as possible, so I just got on and really started ranting about what I wanted to rant about. I apologize if I offended anybody by not introducing myself. I'm not sure anybody cares, but again, my name is Jay Jones. I'm the host of the new podcast, my new podcast, If the Wild Had a Mouth. In my last episode, I talked about how black people get caught up in talking about origins. The first man was black or of African descent. The whole Kanye West controversy and Kyrie Irving posting a documentary, H2N, Bruise the Negroes, a documentary talking about providing some evidence for how black people were the original Hebrews. We talk a lot about origins. We put a lot of emphasis on our talents and how special we are and how strong we are and how beautiful we are. And I think that's important, to feel good about who you are, where you come from, to be proud, to appreciate that, to be thankful for that. In my last episode, I also went on to talk about how not to let that so much go to your head. Don't be arrogant about it because you really didn't create yourself. You had nothing to do with it. Be thankful, grateful for who you are, but then we still need to have a sense of humility. And after we talk about ourselves so much and our origins and where we come from, what are we going to do now with still so many injustices and inequalities and things happening to us collectively as a group? What can we do? Not being activists, not having a lot of resources, not having a huge social media following or a platform with 1 million, 2 million, 3 million viewers, listeners. What can we do as everyday Craigs? Why did I use the name Craig? That was so stereotypish. Everyday Taishas. What can we do as average everyday people to make a difference in our group, make a difference for black people? What can we do besides writing up a passionate post? What can we do besides talking amongst each other about the inequalities and injustices and the things that are unfair that happens to us? What can we do on a smaller scale that will have a ripple effect and or a large impact? So that's what I wanted to talk more about today. I proposed that we come up with 12 things, one for each month for 2023. Now, what I noticed over the last couple years, a lot of people are doing away with New Year's resolutions. I don't know why. Maybe it's because this world is just really wacky and out of control, and it seems to just be doing its own thing, in spite of us. So people just probably taking a different route. Me, when it comes to New Year's resolutions, when I feel like it, I do. And when I don't feel like it, I don't. I'm really not the one to follow trends. I just pretty much do my own thing. But I'm thinking, why not take the turn of a new year to decide to actually put some things into action? Make a move against the inequalities and injustices that black people are still dealing with and facing. Come up with 12 things, one thing each month. Why not make that one of your outcomes? You can call it a resolution, you can call it goals, call it whatever you want. But better than helping yourself, why not plant the seed and leave a ripple effect that can be a part of your legacy and also help your grandchildren and your grandchildren's grandchildren? The goal is to do something that's going to be impactful and be effective, even if it's a small thing. How do we come up with these 12 things? Because a lot of people man, I don't even know where to start. I feel powerless. A lot of people don't have resources, don't have money. Most of us don't have a huge social media following, or we don't know politicians or just where to go and what to do to make a positive change. So I wanted to drop some jewels or give some information about how I'm going about it, how I'm going to cultivate my 12 things for next year. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm not the one to play games. So number one, the first thing I'm going to do to cultivate my 12, I'm going to think about how much time do I really have? To be perfectly honest, the way the world is right now, we don't know. But based off of your lifestyle, your job, your daily routines, you can kind of predict what the next 6 months is going to look like for you. How much time can you realistically dedicate each month to this cause? For me, for instance, realistically, I can give a day. It could be during a week, or it could be a weekend, like a Saturday or Sunday, from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 p.m., a 12-hour span that I can dedicate to the cause. Additionally, I want to talk about how much I can travel. I do have a vehicle. I can travel a 2-hour radius. I live in Pennsylvania right now, so I could be in New York. It could be somewhere in Jersey, Delaware. So that gives me a 4-hour traveling window if I need to travel during that day. So that's the first thing I'm gonna really think of. Like, how much time realistically think about that with your job, with your children, with your routines, if you're in school, even considering your free time, because it's definitely a sacrifice to give your free time to a cause that might not be affecting you directly right now, but in the big scheme of things, it is affecting you, and it will be affecting your grandchildren if we don't all pitch in. When we make goals, we don't think about that. We don't think about time management. How can I fit this in my life realistically? So the next thing that I'm going to look at, because I already got during the week or Saturday, 12-hour day, 2-hour travel radius. I can give that. So next thing you want to look at are your interests, because let's be honest, if you're interested in something, it's fun, it's something you like to do, you're more inclined to do it. So what you want to do is you want to come up with your top 5 interests. Maybe top 3. Maybe you don't have a lot of interests. Your top 3 interests. Narrow it down. Top 3 or top 5. My top 3, I like to teach. I like to learn. I like music. I can go on and on. I like to travel. I like to take nature walks. What do you like to do? What's your top 5 things that you really like to do? I like to chill. Write it down. Be real. What do you like to do? What brings you joy? What type of activities do you like to do for free? What type of activities that no matter if you're tired, somebody say, look, this is what we fit to do. And you wake up out your sleep. Like, yo, I'm with it. That's what you need to be writing down. So first you got your time, how much time you got. Then you got your interests, right? I'm talking about how to formulate your 12 things you're going to do to make an impact on the injustices and inequalities that black people are still facing. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to help us come up with a plan, because we tired of getting on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and making memes and singing about it and talking to our friends about it. We going to do something. We fit to do something. Imagine if 1 million of us did this. Imagine if 1 million of us did this, baby. So look, I'm gonna get to the third thing. This is a very important thing. I don't want to get nobody mad though. I want you to think about and the struggles that black people face relating to inequality and injustices. What are the top 3 that get you the angriest? What are the top 3 that get you pissed off? You calling your mom like, did you see that shit? Did you see that all over the news? What they did to my mans, what they did to my girl. We don't get no respect. What are those top 3 things that had you on Facebook writing a long post? Like, what are those top 3 things? Could it be the lack of solid education for our youth? Could it be black women underpaid? Could it be police brutality? Police brutality, I would say, is one of mine. And it makes you mad because you feel like it could be your uncle, it could be your cousin, it could be your niece, it could be your nephew. I want you to think about the top 3 things that really bother you. One of mine is the cancel culture. One of mine is how we treat each other. Yeah, we get treated bad by other ethnicities, you know. But what really pisses me off is how we treat each other. Your top 3 issues as it relates to inequalities, injustices that black people face. I want you to then go back and think about what you like to do, think about the problem, and kind of merge them together. So I like to teach, right? We talked about that. I hate police brutality, right? So now I'm going to try to merge them together. So what I came up with was I'm going to educate some of these officers. I'm going to go online and I'm going to research what is believed to be the top causes for this police brutality. Is it fear? Is it lack of information? What is it, right? And I'm going to fill in the void with information. Maybe I'll put together a flyer, a pamphlet, because I like to teach, remember? And I don't like police brutality. And then, okay, I could travel up to 2 hours. I live in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, which is maybe 45 minutes from Philadelphia. I have now at this point an 8-hour day. I'm gonna go to 4 different police stations in Philadelphia, or maybe I'll stay out in the county. Maybe I'll research a problem area and I'll go to 4 different police stations, hand out my pamphlet, and try to speak to the officers. I won't make it too long. Maybe I'll make it a 2-minute read. And I'll try to get some feedback. But it may not sound like it's worth anything. Probably like, well, they ain't gonna listen. They don't care. This, that, and the third. But guess what? It's better than staying at home writing a Facebook post. It's better than staying at home writing a Facebook post. It's better than sharing an Instagram meme. It's better than calling my mom crying about how they shot Craig 40 times during a routine police stop. It's better than that.